I'm Leah Lawrence.
And I'm her husband, Mitch Lawrence.
And you are listening to the Southern Spirits Podcast, where I regale my husband with Southern stories of the macabre, the creepy, and the strange.
And I drink.
So what are you drinking tonight, Mitchell?
Same thing that we've had every other day this week, Leah. Guava Mango Fruited Sour, Jack Daniel's Winter Jack, and again, we're not having cider right now, so no Shelter Cavern Spirits whiskey not, excuse me. But we will have that again eventually. We're probably going to make some cider tomorrow when we do one or two of these, so y'all be looking forward to that. I might get a little turnt again.
Yeah, I was going to say, can't really get turnt in the midweek because, work and stuff, but
yeah.
Friday, we are off, so tomorrow, we feast. Party? Yeah. I don't know.
Feast. I ate like crazy today, so, I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
We're gonna, things are going to go well.
Fantastic. I'm looking forward to it. You know how I feel about cider.
Oh, don't I?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm for it.
You are. You're a big cider
in all
lady.
of its forms. I like it liquid. I like it frozen. I like it liquid and hot.
All right.
If you could plasmatize it, I'd probably be a fan.
Oh, man. Ugh.
I bet cider popsicles would be great.
Oh, yeah. Without a doubt. That sounds really good.
I'm just saying. I'm here for the cider.
Well, what are we doing this time, Leah?
All right. Today we are going to get into a folkloric character named Perchta.
Perchta?
Perchta.
Perchta.
And she's in the same alpine region that we've been speaking of. And she actually sort of originates as a more pre-Christianity goddess of the area. And over the years, she's sort of been, as Christianity came in and took over, she's sort of been relegated to this sort of Santa's helper kind of role. But initially, she started out, most, scholars on the subject seem to think that she's like I said was more synonymous with being like a mother goddess, a forest spirit, that kind of thing. And she had a lot more folklore and like she was a deity before Christianity showed up, and her followers didn't really want to get rid of her altogether, so she kind of got absorbed into Christmas.
I was going to say, I see the problem now. No false idols at all.
Yeah, what are you going to do? Yeah. So Perchta really has two forms, and this does stem back to the fact that she was previously a goddess. So Perchta can either appear to you as a beautiful woman in white. I believe her name means like snowy white, that kind of thing. And so, like I said, she can appear to you as a beautiful snow white, pale woman, a beautiful young woman, or she can appear to you as a haggard old woman. And you'll see a lot of goddesses in any kind of sort of Norse mythology has a lot of it, Druidic kind of stuff. Anything where you've got like a female deity, you'll get her in generally a young maiden, a very buxom kind of sexualized woman.
Hell yeah.
And then like an old crone,
I love them when they're buxom.
They call it the mother whore and crone.
Oh.
Like it's
They call her a whore?
Well, I mean, like it's just, like I said, it's the way that that kind of triad is described, because it's a kind of like a, an archetype, I think is what I'm trying to say.
Okay.
It's an archetype that's found in a lot of Western folklores. Just
being called whores?
Huh?
Being called whores?
No, I mean that's just how it is actually described in a lot of scholarly literature. She's either a young pure maiden, she's a sexualized being. Sometimes they call it maiden mother crone, which is, slightly less misogynistic, but she's either seen as pure and untouchable and has never fucked, someone who is strictly a sexual object and or to make children, or obviously an old lady that ain't doing nothing. So that's how a lot of female goddesses are portrayed.
An old lady who's not whoring around, right?
Something like that.
Yeah.
And so...
We don't shame here.
Of course. And Perchta, like I said, kind of retains some of those goddess aspects from her former life as a deity. So she can either show up as this gorgeous Snow White maiden, or she can show up as an old lady. Shot in the dark.
Oh, here we go, Leah. That was quick.
Regardless of her young or old form, she is depicted as having one normal human foot and one odd foot.
Okay.
What was the odd foot? Was it A, a goat hoof? Was it B, a wolf paw? Or was it C, a goose foot?
See, I know that most of these Christmas time beings are usually hooved of some sort. They usually have like goat feet, horse feet, something like that. But I would much prefer if she had a goose foot. So I'd say goose foot.
You're correct. She has a goose foot.
I'm so excited.
She does, in fact, have a goose foot.
I mean, that seems really counterproductive, because the goose feet are primarily for swimming. So she's just swimming in real rapid circles. I mean, that just seems like it's not useful whatsoever.
The goosefoot's weird. A lot of people see it as sort of a symbol of her being able to shapeshift, especially as her, goddess form, that she was a shapeshifter. A lot of other people believe that it could also just sort of give... I mean, and a lot of these things, anything supernatural is going to have a tail. So if they look like a woman, like there's one particular folkloric, I believe it's Japanese. It's one of the yokai. She looks like a normal, beautiful woman, but her feet are on backwards. And like she can seduce you, but always look at her feet. You know what I mean? Like she might be wearing this long kimono, but before you fuck her, always look at her feet, because she could be a yokai trying to trick you,
Is that like a succubus type of thing?
Yeah, very similar.
Okay.
And so it's, like I said, it's one of those things. It could be that, just supernaturally she has to have one thing off to sort of allow people to be clued in, But before you do anything, check the feet, It's, like I said, it is an interesting through line in a bunch of different mythologies from all over the world. Like, just check the feet out. Make sure they're on straight. You're good,
This bitch got a goose foot.
This bitch does have a goose foot.
We'll still fuck her.
Okay. And then actually...
The foot doesn't come into it, Leah.
Actually, they also believe that this could be one of the origins of the character of Mother Goose. So her in her crone form...
That's hilarious.
Was a little bit, very sort of... The wise old woman with a goose foot, you could see where some stories would come out of that. Now, obviously, there's not a lot of proof around that, but it is, a theory that has been put out there, and excuse me.
Winter Jack doing something?
I was going to say, I got the Winter Jack hiccups. Yeah. Ooh. But anyway, so yeah, she could be a beautiful lady with one human foot and one swan foot, or she could be an old lady with one human foot and one swan foot.
Either way, don't fuck them. That's what I'm hearing.
Either way, maybe look for the foot. I don't know. You do you. I'm not kink shaming anybody, but a goose foot is an automatic no for me.
Yeah. That's just your kink. Is I have to turn down the goose foot. That's the only way I get off.
Yeah, I can't with the goose foot. I'm sorry. Yeah. Anyway, but and like I said, she also appears really frequently as the old woman with disheveled hair, ripped garments, really long hooked nose. She's got a lot of like babushka vibes, Oh,
God.
So there's
so it's also racist. On top of everything else.
It's not racist.
Sounds racist to me, Leah.
No, she's that character is also another character that is very common in obviously Russia, and then similarly La Befana in, I think it's La Befana. Anyway, so she's an Italian Christmas witch that is also really fun. But anyway, very similar vibes in her style of dress. But Perchta is interesting. Perchta ain't a nice old lady when it comes to Christmas. So Perchta is said to roam around her area. Bavaria in Austria is sort of the area that we're talking about. And she's the kind of person that is making sure that you're following all of the rules. So she wants to make sure that you're, not spinning any of your wool or flax during the holidays. So holidays used to be holy days. They were church sanctioned events and you weren't supposed to do any work. It was a day of rest, like a Sabbath day, that kind of thing. Mm-hmm. You're not supposed to do that shit, but some people would because they're poor and they need to feed themselves somehow. So like she was one of those creatures that were sort of used by the church and other people to reinforce, like, if you're doing things that you shouldn't, Perchta's going to come, that kind of thing. She was said to roam the countryside during the midwinter feasts, and especially during the 12 days of Christmas. So it starts at Christmas and it ends at Epiphany. And she's very especially known for visiting houses on 12th night. So, the 12th night after Christmas.
Okay.
And she...
what is Epiphany?
Huh?
What is Epiphany?
It's just one of the other Catholic holidays. I think Epiphany is supposed to be the day, canonically with Catholics, where the wise men showed up.
I have no idea. I just don't know what date it's supposed to be.
January or something like that.
Okay.
It's like it's. I think it's 12 days after Christmas is Epiphany. But anyway,
okay. Like
I said, I did not grow up Catholic, so I do not know all of the rules around that. But alas.
Anyway, whacks.
If we have anybody that knows, feel free to drop a comment on YouTube or wherever else you can comment,
Yeah, there will be a video this time.
Yes.
She remembered
actually
to push
press
record.
the button this time. I feel proud of myself.
Yeah.
But yeah, so her thing was also that so she would know whether the kids were doing, being well behaved and working hard and doing what they should. She also knew if the servants of the household had done all of their chores and done them well. And so on 12th night, she would come through the house, and if she thought that all of the children had behaved themselves, if all of the servants had done a good job that year, she would leave a silver coin in their shoe or in their mop bucket or whatever. If she decided that they had not done a good job, or if they had not, spun all of their flax for the year or whatever, her punishment, and I feel like this is a little extreme,
okay,
is that she would slit their bellies open,
whoa,
disembowel them, and stuff the hole full of straw and pebbles.
Whoa. Just because they didn't clean the house effectively?
Yeah, just because they were misbehaving children and or servants.
Whoa.
Yeah, that was her thing. This is not a coal situation. This is not, menacing you with a birch stick. This is disembowelment and re-embowelment with straw and rocks. Seems a bit extreme. Am I wrong?
No, but disembowelment and re-embowelment is... definitely the title of the episode.
She also, so apparently her feast night, you were only supposed to eat fish and gruel, apparently, which I don't know what that is, but it sounds disgusting. I'm assuming like a thin porridge of some sort.
Yeah.
But like that was the traditional meal. And if you ate anything other than that for her feast day, she also decided to slit their bellies and stuff them with straw.
Fucking A, man.
Yeah, so it's a lot. I think Perchta is just a whole fucking lot. Like, I love the crazy goose-footed granny. That's fun. She leaves silver coins to everybody. Yes, please. But the disembowelment is just extra level Perchta. Like, you didn't need to go that hard. It could have been coal in a stocking, but no, ma'am. We picked disembowelment for our Santa's helper.
Yeah.
Can you imagine nowadays?
And re-embowelment.
Can you imagine nowadays and you start telling these Christmas stories to your children? You're like, oh, jolly old St. Nicholas. He builds toys with his elves in the wood shop, and it's magical. He comes around every year in his magical snow. Not magical snow, magical sleigh. That's the word. Sleigh and his flying reindeer. Oh, yeah. And Mrs. Claus comes too, and she disembowels naughty children. You don't know what disembowel means, Billy?
Well,
This is what it means.
Yeah.
You take your, I'm
going to show you on the cat.
And I'm just like, oh, okay, we were going to do that? Or, okay. It's like,
Ew.
especially kids around here, most kids down here have seen a deer, like, field dressed.
Yeah.
And you're just like, yeah, that could be you if you don't clean your room. Like,
You're going to get drained of blood and then put into chili.
it's fucking terrifying. Why would you do that to your children?
Yeah.
Which is why Perchta might be one of my favorite Christmas.
We're going to have some Charlie tacos.
Yeah. I just feel like that's, I don't know. She's one of my favorite Christmas haunts for that very reason. She could have gone Krampus. She could have like menaced them with sticks and chains. She could have gone, Père Fatard and been a father whipper, but no, she goes straight for the knife.
Yeah.
She goes straight for the guts. So you better fucking get your shit together before she shows up, you know?
That was a good little poem there. Did you do that on purpose?
I did not.
Yeah. She goes straight for the knife. She goes straight for the guts. Better get your shit together because she's going to show up. Was that it?
I think before she shows up is what I said.
Before she shows up. There you go.
Okay.
That's pretty good. Like, you better watch out. You better not cry.
Yeah, I feel like we should do some Perchta carols.
She's going to disembowel you, and you know exactly why.
Yeah.
There's the second line.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You've been a douchebag, and you're getting disemboweled, sir.
Perfect.
She's so intense, and I love her. So, if you've got kids, maybe involve Perchta in your holiday celebrations this year. It doesn't have to be just Santa Claus or even Santa Claus at all. Fuck Santa. If you want to bring back Krampus and Perchta, keep those kids in line because Perchta's coming, you know?
Yeah. Really traumatize them.
It's
for the best.
Look, Santa Claus traumatized me pretty seriously as a kid, so...
Why?
Huh?
Why? What happened with you?
Because my parents went really... Well, not my parents. Let me rephrase that. My mom went really hard on the Santa Claus thing, and I was one of those very delightfully naive children that believed in it a little too long. Mm-hmm. I figured it out, and I knew logically that it was... because... So, like, me and my brother's rooms connected via a Jack and Jill bathroom. And his room was right where, like, our living room comes out.
Yep.
And so you could see pretty much the entire living room under his door, like the gap under the door. So Christmas Eve, when they put us to bed, I would always get out of bed. I would go into Jacob's room, and we would watch them wrap presents under the door. So I knew for a fact that they were wrapping presents.
Y'all both did?
Yeah, 100%. And obviously Jacob was older, so he also told me that it wasn't real. But, like, I would know in my heart that it wasn't real, and then my mom would pull something like having this magical letter from Santa signed in a gold Sharpie pen, and fuck, it was gold. It had to have come from Santa, you know? So when I really finally embraced the fact that he wasn't real, like, it shook me a lot.
Yeah.
And it also kind of made me into a tiny atheist for about a month and a half because I was like, and this is not a joke. I was like, oh, if you're lying about this, Jesus must be fake too.
Yeah.
And so it was rough. We got back on board with Jesus after that, but
do I have some spoilers for you?
Yeah, no, we got back on board with Jesus after that, but for a good month and a half after, I would say I was probably 10. I'd probably younger than that, nine or so, but I had a very brief, like, everything's a lie. We're all food for worms.
Can I just say, I think I would have been very good friends with Leah, the tiny atheist. That would have made me so happy because when you started swinging back, I would have been like, no, hang on.
Feel the rage.
Yeah, let it fuel you. Every decision you make from now on will be with the knowledge that your parents are fucking liars about literally everything. You know those cookies that you're not supposed to have past 6 p.m.? You can have all those that you want. Nothing bad will happen to you. You might get disemboweled and reemboweled, but that's another story.
Because Perchta's fucking real, dude.
Yeah, that's a real one. No, I was just talking about what the cookies will do to your innards.
Okay.
Because he will feel like they are taking out all of your innards and then putting them all back in.
Oh, man. So, yeah, I was traumatized by Santa. So, if you're really going to go for it, just step it up a notch.
Yeah.
Go for Perchta. It's a better story, is all I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
It's a much better story.
Yeah. Also, just don't lie to your children. There's that too.
I mean, that's fun.
Yeah.
I don't care. If people want to do the Santa Claus thing, more power to you. I would never do that to a kid just because, once again, I was traumatized. But like I said, I'm not that joyous, magical, wondrous mama kind of person either. So it would be yeah, let's do all the fun Christmas things, but also, this is just a fun thing that people do together. And we could play Santa Claus, but I'm never going to say that something is real when it's not, if I can help it,
Yeah.
Yeah. One of those traumatized millennials. I can't help it.
Well, you've made a case, Leah.
Look, like I said, I'm perfectly happy to perpetuate the lie to other people. I don't mind. I'll make you, a letter from Santa Claus all day, every day, because I like making magical shit. But I'm bad at lying when it comes to stuff like that. And I'm going to fuck it up. So better me go ahead and tell the kid that it's not real and that we can just play that it is. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm probably not making any sense, but whatever. Fuck it.
Well, anyway, I enjoyed the story about Perchta, Leah, and her ability to truly scare the shit out of children.
Correct.
So that's a great idea. And apparently housekeepers?
Yes. And
what
servants.
the fuck, y'all? Just anyway, they're adults. Don't threaten them with disembowelment.
Well, it does say young servants.
Oh, well then that's fine.
Yeah,
that makes it
your
all
child
better.
labor and whatnot.
Yeah. Well, is that it for Perchta, Leah?
Yeah, that's it for Perchta.
Well, hot fucking damn.
Yeah. And thankfully, we don't have any children to traumatize with her or anything else. So.
Well, we can just scare the shit out of Steve and
That's
the little
what
dog.
I was about to say, Steven, I have bad news for you.
Yeah. You better get disemboweled, bro. Also, you just look like you would be very tasty because you are so fat.
Yeah.
Look at him.
He'd have all that juicy dark meat.
Ooh, Steve. You get in that juicy dark meat, bro.
Yeah.
All right, y'all. That's enough. Yeah, that's way too much. So we got, 2 more days after this, right?
Yes,
we got
2 more
Friday,
days.
and then the big one for Santa on Saturday.
Yes,
the
we're
big
gonna
one will
be-
be normal episode
Yes.
length, right?
Yes, we're
Okay.
going to be talking about a Welsh skeletal horse tomorrow, and then Santa Claus
Yay!
on Saturday for the big day. So
I'm excited.
we'll see you then. Don't disembowel your family. We'll see you then.
Do what makes you happy. Again, we don't judge. So do whatever you feel, and we will see y'all tomorrow.
Bye, y'all.